Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and Sheri and Richerson.com. Please subscribe, hit that join button, join our membership, leave us comments below. We appreciate the comments. We do read the comments and we try to respond. So, let us know what you're thinking. Oh, well, managed to get some plastic up on a couple more windows. The wind finally died down with this winter storm, so I was able to actually get plastic up on the two west-facing windows, which is actually helping the living room a little bit, and hopefully is helping the bedroom. Haven't had a chance really to spend any time in there yet, but I'm hoping that it's going to cut down on the cold air in the bedroom, because I also actually closed the storm window in the bedroom before I put the plastic up. So it's 2 layers of glass plus plastic, so hopefully that will help out. Got the log splitter running again today. Got several somewhat smaller pieces of wood split up. This was stuff that was out at the end of the driveway. It's been there for a couple of years, so I managed to get it split. Brought in 2 wheelbarrow loads of wood, split wood, into the office where the wood burner is. I still have probably at least 1, if not 2, wheelbarrow loads out there. I still have probably, I think, 4 fairly large chunks of wood to be split. Actually, make that 5 because of the one. I still have 1 really large piece that came from across the street when they cut down one of the trees over there. The pieces that are out by the end of the driveway are ones from a tree that we had cut down at the end of the driveway several years ago, and I'm just now finally getting some of it split. It was cut up. It was cut into approximately the right size chunks. I just didn't have anything that could split them. And a couple of pieces, I'm not sure how easily I'm going to be able to move them in order to get them to the splitter. They are good sized chunks. Now if I can get them back there to the splitter, the splitter has been modified. It has a hoist attached to it, so I can hoist larger pieces up into the cradle of the splitter, and it does. That's how I've done some of the pieces I've done already. I'm just the one big chunk that I have over by it. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to lift with the hoist. It may be too big around to use the hoist to lift it into place, because it's good sized, and the ice tongs that he has modified to use to lift with, I don't think are going to open quite far enough to get a grip on this piece of wood. But I'm not positive yet. I haven't actually given it a shot. So I may be able to, I may not. We'll have to see. But I've got a couple of pieces out there, the older stuff that are similar in size, and so may not be able to hoist them easily either. So we'll have to see. I may have to do something a little different to get them lifted up into place. So, but we'll see what happens. The only thing, I did get, I was using the log splitter. It was working beautifully. It started pretty easily again today. So the little bit of cleanup of the spark plug that I did has helped quite a bit, and has made it pretty easy to start the wood splitter. And once I get it started, it runs beautifully. Splits the stuff great, and so it is definitely a help at this point. I do still have some other wood around the property that I need to work on, but I at least have a chunk of stuff that's split now that will get us through a couple of days, and get me closer to the Thanksgiving holiday, where I'll have a little bit more time. I may be able to get out there and spend a day cutting some chunks of wood and splitting them, and actually spend the time to do it. But we'll see what happens. And the wood, has been burning pretty good too. So the house has been pretty nice today. So let's see. Anything you wanted to contribute? No? Okay. I think that's going to do it for today. Oh, actually, I did go out and I worked on the small little greenhouse that we're getting ready to move. It's not heavy, really. It's just a little too big to move by myself. I'll need some help to do it. But I did get it movable. It was not actually anchored to the ground very well. Basically, there was a couple of fence posts driven in and tied to it with twine to keep it in place. But the legs, which are normally anchored to the ground, that's the standard way of doing it, weren't anchored. So I'm actually surprised, because that greenhouse has been out there for probably 15 years now?
05 or 06.
Okay, so 15, 16 years that it's been out there, and stayed in place, didn't move. I thought it was anchored in multiple spots and anchored really well, but it wasn't. A couple of fence posts and some twine, and it has stayed in place. I, of course, have, I cut the twine and pulled one of the fence posts out, and I moved the whole framework a little bit. So I'm hoping that we do not get any severe winds, because it may wind up moving now that I've, moved it where it's no longer anchored to anything. But hopefully it'll be okay. And hopefully I'll be able to get it moved inside the other greenhouse so that we can do a layered microclimate greenhouse. And so we'll see how that experiment goes. But that's another a big project on my weekend to-do list. Trying to get a bunch of wood cut and split and prepared, and moving that greenhouse and getting them covered and ready to go this weekend. So and then I'll move on to other projects. I've got a list, but it's, one thing at a time. Get one thing done, move on to the next. So I'm just trying to accomplish, get, at least one thing done. So the wood is kind of an ongoing, so I'm trying to get a little bit of a surplus so that I can do some other things and come back to the wood. But, it'll be an ongoing most of the winter probably. Although I'd like to get a good stockpile. But some of the other things I'll be able to get done and move on. So, but anyways, I think that's going to do it for tonight. So, once again, please subscribe. Wow. Please subscribe. Give us thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. And we will see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe out there.